All right, so we'll get started immediately. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Narayanam Namaskrityam.
Narayanam
Naram Chaiva Narottamam.
Dharam Chena
Rotnam
Devim Saraswatim Vyasam.
Devim
Devim Saraswatyam Vyasam
Tato Jayatmadhiraye.
Tadotujatmandire
Nashtaprayesha Bhadresu.
Nashta Pyare Se Padresu
Nityam Bhagavat Sevaya.
Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya
Bhagavate Uttama Sloke.
Bhagavate Uttama Sloke
Bhaktir Bhavati Naistiki.
Bhaktir Bhavati Nashtaki
Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda
Ananda
Sri Advaita Gadadhara Sri
Gadadhara
Vasadi Gaura
Sri
Bhakta
Bhakta
Vrinda
Vrinda
Hare Krishna Hare
Krishna Hare
Krishna
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 Krishna Hare
Krishna Hare
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 Ram Hare
Ram
Ram
Hare
Ram
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 Hare Hare.
Ram Hare
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 Now.
Hare Krishna. Can you hear me now?
Yes. Yes.
Perfect. Okay, give me a moment. Fixing wire. Okay. All right. So thank you everyone for joining. We are going to get started with our Bhagavad Gita. Continue with the reading. Hare Krishna. Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay. So let's go to our book, Bhagavad Gita, chapter 2, 47. Omagyanitimirandhasya Jnananjana चक्षुरुमुरमिलितमेन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपकदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरु श्रीयुतापदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगणललितां तां तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं श्रीकृष्णचैतन्यदेव और श्री राधा कृष्ण पादान श्री गणललिता श्री विशाखान्तांश्च हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधु दीन बंधु जगतपते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमस्ते तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी विश्वानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्यो च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः. Hare Krishna. So we are reading now, continuing to study from 2.47. But before we go there, let's recap what did we discuss last week and subsequent weeks, because it's good to little bit go back. Otherwise, you'll miss the whole story. Gita is very interesting. If you pay attention and read nicely, like we are doing, then it can change your whole life. So it's very powerful book of knowledge. So I'm going back to last week discussion where we had. Okay, so let's go there. Briefly touch and then come back here. All right, all right, all right, all right. Okay. So you can see my screen, right? So Krishna, in the beginning of this section, which we are reading now, so you remember we had how many sections in Bhagavad Gita? So in Bhagavad Gita, this chapter 2 we have divided into 5 sections, and right now we are in 4th section called Buddhi Yoga or Niskam Karma Yoga, right? So this is the section. In the first section, we discussed. If you go back, Arjuna had doubt, and then he surrendered to Krishna. Sicham eham mami tam tvad prapanna. He says that Krishna, now I'm your disciple, and please enlighten me how to get rid of these confusions. He has 6 doubts. Okay. The Krishna starts with Sankhya Yoga, where we discussed about science of soul and body, like what is the soul, can be destroyed, what is the size. We discussed a lot of things there. Then Krishna described to Arjuna is about Karma Yoga, you know, doing different prescribed duties and where he will go, right? So that so Krishna described him that you even if you don't believe there is a soul in the body and you believe that body will be destroyed, then also you should not worry. You should do your duties as a Kshatriya. You should fight. Why you're running away? And because these people, even if they are made up of chemicals, they will go back to chemicals and they will have a new body form using the same chemicals. And if you believe there is a soul, then of course there is nothing to worry because soul is eternal. You cannot kill it. You cannot do anything. You cannot touch the soul with any weapon. So why you worry? Now Arjuna got confused in the sense that he was like, you're telling me this. Then, Krishna now coming back to Niskam Karma Yoga, that in case he said, okay, you think that this is third argument. Arjuna was saying, if I do my duty of a Kshatriya, I will kill so many people, right? Um, then I will get the sins because you do karma and then you get action. You know, every activity there is action and reaction, right? In our life, anything we do, right? In material life also, in our professional life, every activity you do there is a reaction, positive or negative, right? Like papa punya, we call in religious terms papa and punya, sin and piety. So Arjuna is feared that this battle is for killing, so he will incur sin and he don't want it. So then Krishna now describing ultimate called Buddhi Yoga, Niskam Karma Yoga, in which the purpose that you can act, but the reaction will not touch you. So you act without being affected by the results here. Okay. So that's the section we are touching. And then Arjuna, Krishna started describing, you should do Niskam Karma Yoga. And then he said, what it will do, that it will make you freedom from the bondage of work. So basically, the results, you're not bound. In this path, there is no loss in domination because it continues with your soul. It is not attached to your body. So the any activity you do, it will go with your subtle body, which is mind, intelligence, and ego. But it will stay. It's a fixed deposit, right? And then it can save you from greatest danger. And we discussed at that time, the greatest danger is death or born again, because if you born you have to go through death, and that's why birth is not considered very auspicious, because moment a baby is born, the death is decided. Okay, click 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 click, now the clock is moving, we don't know when is our time over, right? The time over time is called death. So that's the greatest danger all of us have, but we don't have to worry, so it can save you from that danger. Wow, right? It's a wonderful thing. And then how you can do it, Krishna says you need drina sankalpa, resolute determination. And how you get a resolute determination by samadhi. It's like you have to control your senses and focus on one thing at a time. So samadhi means your action, mind, and intelligence focused on one object, one task, no multitasking, single tasking, so that you are most efficient, right? Um, bowman, like Arjuna was one of the biggest one. Then he describes that these Vedas and different type of Vedas will lead you to sense gratification, because they might lead you to the heavenly planet, or you get a lot of money, you may get a good birth, or you may enjoy your senses. But if you do this, continue doing these karmakandi thing, then you will not get into bhakti yoga, niskam karma yoga, because the determination will not be there. Today, this desire is satisfied. Let's look for new desires, right? Let's try to satisfy. So that's why in Vedic literatures there are a lot of yajnas given, a lot of activities given, so that people can stay happy while living in human body. That's the purpose of the Vedas. But that may not lead you to the devotional service or bhakti yoga. That may not break your bondage of cycle of birth and death. Why birth is bad? Because when you're born, you have to die, and dying is very painful, right? So we want to live eternally. For that, we have to transcend. We have to transcend the three modes. We discuss ignorance, passion, and goodness. We have to go beyond goodness, pure goodness, or transcendent. And that's called Niskam Karma Yoga. And then he says, Krishna says, if you do Niskam Karma Yoga, your all desires can be fulfilled. We discussed, he gives example of well, pond, and river. So if you want a river, if you want a lot of water, you will go to a great reservoir of water, maybe not a river, beyond river, like ocean, right? So why you go to small things? Let's do a big thing, and that's where we discuss demigod versus Krishna. Why? And we gave example of gold mine versus gold shop, jewelry shop, right? And now today's sloka, 2.47. This is very famous. A lot of people may have described you. There is a lot of confusion in this sloka, and let's focus and clarify it today. कर्माणे अधिकारस्ते मा फलेषु कदाचन मा कर्म फल हेतु भूर्म te te shangvastva karmani. So actually the first two lines only people describe. Karmane adhikaraste ma phales kadachana. That you can perform your duty but don't expect result. That is a very misinterpretation thing. Okay. Because we do expect result. How can you ask someone to work and not expect a result? It's very contradictory, right? So let's read this sloka. You can repeat after me. कर्माणिवाधिकारस्ते
कर्माण्येवाधिकारस्ते
मा फलेषु कदाचन
मा
Mafale.
फलेषु कदाचन
मा कर्मफल हेतेषु
मा कर्मफलहेतुषु
सॉरी मा कर्मफल हेतु भूरा
मा कर्मफलहेतुर्भुर्मा
मा ते संगोस्त्वकर्मणि.
मा ते संगो कर्मणि.
All right, so we'll go to translation and we'll read the purport and then we'll discuss and dissect every word as Prabhupada described. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace, Shri Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Translation. You have a right to perform your prescribed duty, but you are not entitled to fruits of action. Never consider yourself the cause of the result of your activities, and never be attached to not doing your duty. A lot of things are contradictory. Let's read purport and then we'll discuss. Purport. There are three considerations here: prescribed duties, capricious work, and inaction. Prescribed duties are activities enjoined in terms of one's acquired modes of material nature. Capricious work means actions without sanction of authority, and inaction means not performing one's prescribed duties. The Lord advised that Arjuna not be inactive, but that he perform his prescribed duty without being attached to the result. One who is attached to the result of his work is also the cause of action. Thus, he is the enjoyer or sufferer of the results of such action. As far as prescribed duties are concerned, they can be fitted into three subdivisions, namely routine work, emergency work, and desired activities. Routine work performed as an obligation in terms of a scriptural injunction without desire for result is action in mode of goodness. Work with result becomes the cause of bondage, therefore such work is not auspicious. Everyone has his proprietary right in regards to prescribed duties, but should act without attachment to the result. Such disinterested obligatory duty doubtlessly lead one to the path of liberation. Disinterested obligatory duty. See? Arjuna was therefore advised by Lord to fight as a matter of duty without attachment to the results. His non-participation in the battle is another side of attachment. Such attachment never leads one to the path of salvation. Any attachment, positive or negative, you should consider the word. Any attachment, positive or negative, is the cause for bondage. Inaction is sinful. Therefore, fighting as a matter of duty was the only auspicious path of salvation for Arjuna. Hare Krishna. Okay. So, before I go to this sloka, let's understand. So, there are three things we can do in life, right? In any action you perform, you can classify into three categories. For example, everybody goes for some job, or or you have job at home, whatever situation you are in, right? Either ways, whether you go to job at a your workplace, or you're a housewife, you're maintaining your family, feeding everyone, taking care of house. It's a work. Nobody can stay idle even for a moment. There is, if you're not physically working, mentally your mind is working. Even if you're sleeping, your mind is working because you're dreaming, you're thinking. You're thinking, you're willing, you're desiring. Everyone agrees, right? That we can't even stay for a moment without thinking or doing something. Okay? Consensus is there. Everyone agrees to that. I need
Yes.
participation. Look, this is not katha. Okay? I'm not a Babaji sitting here and speaking with a pagadi and five harmoniums, musical instruments. This is
Yes,
not
yes,
a
yes.
Vrindavan class. Okay, this is battle of Kurukshetra. You are sitting in a battle. Okay, which battle you are in? You are in battle against Maya. We can battle against our own mind. Okay, our own problems. So this is battle. In battle, you can't be like somebody will shoot you in the behind. Someone will say, "Okay, let's eat. Let's do this." No, Maya will pull you. So if you're not on camera, you're not listening. I know very much. You're just not there. Your mind is somewhere else. So please give time. This very precious time all of us have. This 1 hour, very precious. It will set your tone for weekend and early next week. Okay, and this sloka is very precious. So everyone, please, I beg you, participate. Be on camera if you can, maximum time, and let's have interaction. Okay, I'm gonna keep asking questions. I don't get response, I know you're not listening. Okay, now we all agree we have to work mentally, physically, whatever. Now, what three type of work? Prescribed duties. Understand these words will come very commonly. Prescribed duties. What is prescribed?
Whatever you
Eh,
have to do.
but who prescribes? Prescription means like a doctor, Costa Prabhu is there. So he
Hmm.
writes a prescription for a patient, right? It's a prescription,
Hmm.
which means based on his analysis, he said, okay, you should take this medicine, or this is your diagnosis, this is your medicine. So prescribed duties means it will come from somewhere else. And who will say? Third person. Second person, not third person, second person. Like in his case, suppose Costa Prabhu, a patient comes to him. So then patient has to surrender and simply say, "Oh, I am sick. Can you check what's going on in my body?" And then he will do some analysis, testing, and then come back and say, "Here is what." Krishna is doing same thing to Arjuna. Arjuna was bewildered. He was morose. He didn't know what to do. He said, "Krishna, I am surrendering unto you. Please do what you like." Like a doctor, we surrender to doctor and say, "Doctor Sahab, please diagnose what I have, what problem going on." Madhu has a diagnostic testing lab right now in the back, you see. So he runs a lab and he tests a lot of testing. So the patient cannot argue with him. He will test based on method and say this is what positive, negative. That's it. And then doctor will take and give a diagnosis and prescription. Don't eat this, eat this. Don't do this. Prescription means do's and don'ts. And then some remedy. Okay, if you do this in this amount of time, you will get this benefit. This is prescription. So our prescribed duties, who will tell us what is my prescribed duty? Let's talk about individual, all of us, right? So personal we are, like individual psychophysical nature. How do we know what is my prescribed duty?
We decide on our own.
That is called capricious work. You see the next word, next line. It's not
Okay.
prescribed duty. That's the next definition. If you see written on the but capricious work means we can decide what we want to do. We'll come back to that. Prescribed duties. I was confused for so much time that what is prescribed duty. I couldn't. Yes, Kaustuv Prabhu, please.
For our varna, our occupation duties which come.
Yes, yes. So psychophysical nature, like in a career field, also there is some tests people take. Career path test. They are based on certain metrics, and it will predict and tell you what you gonna be based on your personality, the response you gave, your personality test. You can say so. It's personality test, but who will check our personality? Because you need something to check my personality, right? In a career counselor, I also do career counseling related work. I have eye stem care, small work right now. It's paused, but I did a lot, and I learned that pretty much same thing. What in spiritual life you do, you go to guru, who will tell you what your nature or shastras. Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, talking about natures, modes, people's qualities. Somebody's honest. Like if you take a carry, I can tell you the test name. There are Rajek tests, there are different tests, personality tests. And in that test you will see they will ask your values. What is your value? What is your ethics? What is your technical skill? What is your future goal? What do you want to be? And based on that they will tell you, here is what profession you should take. It's like becomes your duty in your life, like takes over all of your energy. So prescribed duties means given by someone else, right? Now, second one, capricious work. So is written, enjoined in terms of one's acquired modes of material nature. The modes of material nature we will soon touch later, but right now, just understand this. All of us here right now, or anyone in the world, everybody is unique. Everybody is unique. You cannot get same nature in anyone else every time. There is no, even twins, as close as twins who are genetically identical, their nature is different, their choices are different. How, right? This is a great science. Like, even genetically same, 100% same, but the nature changes. Okay, so they acquire those nature from it. We call environment, gene environment interaction, where the adaptation happens. We don't know much actually. There is not much research happen on gene environment interaction. It's a whole work. But Shastras are telling modes of nature. Environment means nature. There are three different nature: goodness, passion, ignorance. Everyone has a uniqueness. Okay, understand right now this much. So based on your uniqueness, there is a prescribed duty. We'll figure it out when we study Bhagavad Gita. Now, second is capricious work. So in prescribed duty, you have a sanction of authority, like the doctor, Kaustav Prabhu I was talking. He's a doctor. He has authority to prescribe because he's a doctor. But capricious, I can decide myself, which most of people nowadays do. Even medicine people prescribe themselves. They'll go to the store and well, they will say, oh, give me a painkiller, give me this one, give me that one, without even diagnosis. Many times it works, but sometimes it lead to dangerous. Like it could be real danger, especially in India. Very common to get self prescription. So capricious work, and which most of we do. We do things work because we have a compulsion, because we don't have a choice, because we didn't know what to do at that point. We just did it. For example, I don't want to do PhD, but I did it because I'm on live and I'm camera. I don't mind it because I did because I needed money, fellowship, and I really don't at that point liked anything. But I did it just for compulsion. And most of us in our career are there because of we need money. We need to maintain our family. Our so. But we are not happy because it doesn't. It's not my modes of nature. It's not my mode. So we need to discover that mode. And unfortunately, no one teaches in our whole life how to find out what I want and what I am, what I want to do. And then we struggle whole life and die with that dissatisfaction. Because if I'm not happy with myself, my work, I will not be happy with my family, my children, my kids, my relation, my everything is spoiled. Right? Now, third one, inaction. A lot of people, when they don't want to do, they fail or they don't want to do, they renounce everything. They will divorce, leave the family life. When the pressure is a lot, they will do divorce. Let's do the divorce. Because let's get rid of husband or wife or kids first. No, no responsibility. I enjoyed my sex life. Let's have a divorce. And now I can live the way I can do capricious work very nicely. Okay. I'm giving very common example. There are so many ways you can find out this. Or somebody is very rich. There's somebody is very rich and their family or inheritance is very nice with a lot of money. I don't want to do anything. I just want to eat, sleep, drink, relax. You know, money, sell the land, sell the house, sell the things, sell the jewelry, even the jewelry of your own wife, they will sell it. Even as worse as that, these drinkers, the habitual drunkards, they will put their wife in prostitution, even in their own daughters. It's so worse, especially in lower level, like the laborers class, these people who get into this bad habit. People are not bad, but because of their situation, they got a bad habit of drinking, and they spoil their life, family life, everyone. They don't want to do. If you ask them, let's do some work. No, why should I work? In action. Now, Arjuna also wanted to do same. He has all the power. He wanted to become inactive. He wanted to go to forest. He wanted to be killed by Arjuna. Sorry, Duryodhana. He was saying, kill. Even if they kill me, I will not protest. Okay, I'm in action. Sorry, Hare Krishna, I'm done with the fight. Right? And then he was saying, okay, I can fight, but then I have attachment to my family members. If I kill them, whom with I'm going to enjoy. Right? So, in prescribed duty, there is three class. So, prescribed duties, you can find out there are three classes. Now, third one here is coming. And you should make note because this will help you to even clarify in your own life. Suppose if you find out, here is my prescribed duties. For example, if I'm a father, my first prescribed duty to take care of my kids and wife because I got married to a wife. I have to give her a nice house, home, everything. And then I produce my kids. So I have to take care of them. That is my prescribed duty. Now, you can classify prescribed duty in three class. But at the same time, I'm also the disciple of my Guru Maharaj. So he's my father, spiritual father. Okay. Now I'm also the son of my father and mother, material father, biological father, right? So there also, I have the teacher, my mentors. I have my manager, my boss. I have my friends. I have all of you, like, with whom I am studying and learning this Bhagavad Gita, right? Likewise, we have so many things on our shoulder. Now, all of will look you prescribed because moment you get into family life, then you have to maintain your family, you have to take care of your parents, take care of your kids, take care of your job, take care of, if you are spiritual, then you take care of your guru's order. Your guru orders you or tells you what to do in a spiritual life, so you have to do all that. And you have to maintain your friendship with your friend, go to family functions, so many. But you can classify it. So there are three things, three types. Routine, so routine prescribed duty, emergency prescribed duty, and desired prescribed duty. So what is routine? It is an obligation in terms of scriptural injunction without desire for result. This is the routine. Our routine work is different than this, right? Our routine is, what is our routine before we come into bhakti? Let's start with morning. Get up at 7 or 6 maybe. Depends. Even if you have kids to send to school, you will just उनको भी फटाक से सवेरे उठा के 5 मिनट में तैयार करते हैं, उनको नहलाना धुलाना भी नहीं, बस भागो। राइट, बैग में टिफिन उफिन में पैसे दे दो, बाहर का खा लेंगे, उधर से कैंटीन वैंटीन से खरीद के खा लेंगे। और इसको स्कूल वाला बस नीचे आएगा, बैठाओ निकालो इसको जल्दी से। जो बहुत रिच हैं उनके तो उनके नौकर हैं, उनको बच्चों को जगा के भेज देते, वो सोए रहते हैं, 9 बजे उठेंगे आराम। सो बट get up at 7. First thing, take tea or coffee. Maybe just get fresh. Some people cannot even get fresh
Very
without
true.
taking tea and coffee, right? Without tea and coffee, they will not even go to toilet because it will not come. They they need some. That's an induction. So then, okay, tea, coffee, and then mobile. In one hand, mobile. Even before tea, coffee, their hand first mobile. And in mobile, nowadays WhatsApp. Earlier was Facebook and all, but first WhatsApp, then all
Nowadays is
notifications. Yeah, notifications. Then next status. Third, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn. All notifications are lining in a queue. Just check all of it. And then emails, office work email, late night emails. Let's check everything. 30 minutes gone. Next, what you're gonna do? Now, by that time, your pressure is there. Go to the toilet now because you took the coffee, tea. Now you go to run. Even they sit down on the toilet and have phone in the hand, and still they are checking that class is not over. It's still running. That social media class going on. Just morning. Okay, done. Somehow they finish. Then do brush. They do brush. Morning routine. Let's go little fast. I'm not gonna each, but I can go each detail. Even I have been through such situations. That's why I feel everyone. I can describe it. And then next, open the television. Sit down. They will not even go to the park, huh? They don't have time. Open the television and sit down. What happened tonight? News. And what's going to happen? Prediction from the ethereal world, from the news world. So tomorrow, this bombing happened, that bombing happened, this killing happened, this rape happened. This early morning, all the news gone in. Now, let me put some status on my status now. Let everyone see what I'm thinking today. Okay, they put all that. Now that ritual is over. I put all the status. Now I'm social. Everybody can see what's going on in my life, right? Now next, they will take bath. Now time is gone already. 8:30. Go to office. Rush, right? No breakfast, right? It it's just rush, right? And then thank you. No, I can't come back. Yeah. So they don't take even proper breakfast. Breakfast is outside. Okay, breakfast not at home because the wife is working, husband is working. No time to even talk. Everybody is busy in social media class, then television class. Then they're rushing. They go to office somehow by nine login. Otherwise, my boss will be like, "Okay, you are late, half day, right?" Start the work. Somehow finish. Becomes evening. Evening come home, rushing through. Then now kids, hobby classes, these classes, shopping, whatever. Finish by night, like 10:30, 11, and take dinner around 11:30. Then sleep by 1:30 after watching Netflix, Amazon Prime movies because they have to. This is a mode of passion, but ignorance, drink alcohol. Whole day they are smoking. Evening drink alcohol. Somehow keep down, cool down. This is our routine. I'm describing it. Try to see routine. Now, when you come to bhakti, your routine changed. How our routine changed? This routine is a prescribed duty. Remember, it's a prescribed duty. In a human form of life, the prescribed duty get up early in the morning. 5, 6, whatever early for you. Early is everyone different, little bit. Early get up, take the bath, go worship. Now we do Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Ram, Ram Ram. Hare. Chant few rounds, fixed. In Vedic life, there is no mobile. Huh? So mobile is not written in our scriptures. We use the mobile, use the tea, coffee. Okay, and then we cook something. After we finish our chanting, we go and cook bhoga for Krishna. Nice cooking. Offer to kids. Kids also play with you while I'm doing Kids will play kirtan or something, right? Together. Eat prasadam, go to the office. This is our routine work. Same thing. We are doing the same activity, but just the way we do, the consciousness we do is different, right? So that's a routine. Now, without desire for result, of course, we desire result, right? All of us. If I'm doing my job, I expect my salary. I respect recognition. Salary is not enough. Salary is one thing. It's the main product, but byproducts are recognition, respect, you know, identity, right? That's why we go to the job. So the third one here you have emergency. Second is emergency work. Now there will be in routine work. There sometimes emergency comes. Somebody's health is not good. Sometimes you have to just leave the job and go to somewhere else. Emergency, right? Somebody you have to help the neighbor. Somebody you are sick. Emergency prescribed duties will come. Sometime you have to go to Vrindavan Dham because it's Kartik. Emergency. It's like emergency. It's prescribed emergency duty. Okay. And then desired. Now this is where the problem is. Desires are not bad. People generally in a lot of spiritual areas, you will see people talk about become desireless. Right? Become desireless. But Prabhupada describes this desire to become desireless is also a desire. Right? Think of this word. Desire to become desireless is also a desire, isn't it? Suppose if you want to become a desireless, is a desire to become a desireless, right? Does it getting it right? So how can I become a desireless without desiring for it? It's a myth. It's very contradictory. And but a lot of Mayavadi's theories that become desireless, become zero, sunya, right? No activity, inaction. It's bogus. Okay, it's bogus simply, right? That's what Arjuna was preaching. Arjuna was talking. Now come back to this sloka today. You have right to perform your duties, prescribed duties. That's why we talk about prescribed duty, because once you understand prescribed duty, it's not duty. Duties could be prescribed, capricious, and inaction. There are three considerations. So then prescribed duty means it is authorized by an authority. It could be your boss in your office, your company, in your job. It could be society, social norms. It could be scriptural norms. It may be the orders from your spiritual master, from your guru, prescribed. Or it may be the laws of the state. The government demands it. If you don't follow the law, you have to do that. But prescribed duty. But in this case, Krishna is describing in terms of prescribed duty is means given by spiritual authority. Okay. If you do that, you're not entitled for fruit of action. Entitled. Generally, we feel entitled for things we do, right? I'm entitled to get everything the way. This is the root cause of our pain, suffering. When anything we do nowadays, we are entitled for the result. That's how we feel. Even as simple as when people put WhatsApp status, they want to see that everyone, who is watching, how many people watched, and who is watching, but not even messaging me saying thank you, congratulations, because this person is watching my status. And so much entitlement that even they breathe, they think that somebody should watch how I'm breathing, how I'm doing. Entitlement. It has got into our consciousness. And we don't do even prescribed duty. We do something else, but at the same time. So basically, idea is that you do all your job. Like in spiritual life, we do all of it. We chant, we do arati. We are doing reading scriptures. Right now, you are reading Bhagavad Gita with me right now here. What result you are expecting? Think about a moment. What result you are expecting? Does your mind is looking for a result? Is your mind trying to find fruits out of this discussion right now?
really.
You're getting my question, everyone? Right now,
Only
you're reading.
curiousness
Yeah,
about
you're
learning.
learning. But what you will do with the learning? Like, what is the point of learning? There is some background, even if it is not a very prima facie region, but there is definitely something out there in the consciousness that that's why you're here on the call. You're listening, you're paying attention. Right? So what do you do with the knowledge? You'll get Bhagavad Gita knowledge, but then what next?
Feel good. You will feel good.
But what is the purpose of feeling good? I'm asking multiple questions that will clarify your whole stream of thoughts. So why we want to feel good?
Because disconnect from our desires.
Disconnect? No, feeling good will connect to your desires because you feel good. You want to be feeling more good, more feel good, right? Because this is not enough. I want to feel good for 1 minute or 1 hour or lifetime or day and night, right? But what is why we want feel good? There's deep introspection. We should do it. Like, why we want to feel good? Because that seems like my nature. When I feel good, I can express myself the best, right? It just you remember the nature of the soul is Sachidananda Vigraha. The nature of the spirituality is Sachidananda Vigraha. Sata means eternal, and Chita means conscious or knowledge. Knowledge means consciousness. Suppose if I touch you, you cannot respond. I know you are unconscious. Means you don't have a knowledge that I'm touching you. So Chita means knowledge also. So knowledge, Tata means eternity, Chita means knowledge, and Ananda is not happiness. Ananda is not happiness, huh? It's a bliss. Bliss is condensed happiness. Can you imagine? Condensed happiness. Bliss. Okay. This is the nature of Krishna. Krishna is made up of this. Okay. I'm digressing just to give you. And we are also part and partial. Krishna says, Mama Vanso Jeev Bhute Jeevaloke Jeev Bhuta Sanatana. We are all part and parcel of Krishna. So we also have the same nature. And that's why we want to feel good, because that's our nature. You're getting now? That's our nature. But now we are covered with so many desires. The desires are like covering. Okay. And that's a problem here, right? So right now, I asked you why you are studying and what you're thinking. Actually, you're not expecting any result on a prima facie. Your mind is not looking for how many rupees, how many money I can get, how many position, fame I can get right now while reading Bhagavad Gita. You're not expecting a result directly. Same thing you do in spirituality. When you chant Hare Krishna, you're not expecting result. Your mind at that point is not. Maybe later you're expecting my mind will be cool, I'll be nice, peaceful, I can sleep well. Fine. Now, next, never consider yourself the cause of the result of your activities. Krishna is saying, it's not that just you stop. You say that, okay, I will do my duty. I'm not expecting any result. But don't consider yourself as a doer. It's very hard because I'm physically working. It's my body, right? Don't consider the cause. It's hard. Who will not be able to consider themselves as the cause? Only that person who will not consider that I'm the proprietor of the body. Moment we consider I'm proprietor of the body, I will be the cause of the actions which I do. And then with the cause of the action consciousness bind me to my results with whatever I do. So only spiritual people can consider this, that I'm not the doer. And then many times people say, I am not the doer. I don't expect any result. I just do my duty. And then they become yogi in Himalaya. They go to Himalaya, become yogi because, oh, I'm not the doer. I don't want any fruit of results. I'm not all these three things, I'm doing. and then they will become inactive. Inaction, because this will lead to inaction. If you say someone that just do your duty, don't expect any result, don't consider yourself as a cause, they will do what to do then. Why I'm here? I'm not supposed to do anything, because if I am not the cause, I'm not going to get any result. It's like a, suppose if you are the cooking, if you are cooking pakoras or vada pav, suppose you are cooking vada pav. Now everybody will pay attention. What's gonna happen with this, right? Vada pav, Mumbai, especially from people from Mumbai. So vada pav, vada pav is being cooked. You are making it, and somebody comes to you. Like suppose, you know, Ankita Mataji making vada pav, and somebody comes from the back and says, Ankita, don't consider that you will get anything to eat from here. Don't consider yourself as a fruits of results. You won't get anything. And then don't, chalo, wahan tak to theek hai. Like till then, Ankita will say, okay, I'm selfless. I will cook for everyone. I will not eat it. It's not fine. Mothers do anyway. But then somebody says second line, Ankita, you are not the doer. You are not the cause of the vada pav. You are not doing this. So you're like, are you gone mad? You see that I'm doing it, I'm cooking it, and you are eating it, and you're telling I'm not the doer. Then let me stop doing it. You go and do it. Why should I do if I'm not doer? Right? It will lead to inaction. That's what happens, right? People become inactive. They don't want to do. They have no relationship with this world because I'm not the doer, right? But Krishna says, never be attached to not doing your duty. You have to act on that platform. You have to act on platform that you are making vada pav. You are not expecting the result out of it. Whether people will say it's tasty, not tasty, good, bad, you're not expecting. And you are not the doer. It's very hard platform. But that's the platform of bliss. How? I'll explain you how. Because if you understand this concept, this whole Bhagavad Gita is going to be clear. Okay. So how you do that? How you can make vada pav, but apply all these principles. Okay. You are making vada pav. Now, if you have a knowledge, you have a chitta, you have a knowledge. You pause for a moment. You read Bhagavad Gita. You know that you are a soul. You are given this body by your parents. Your parents produced it, but your parents come from, like, if you go trail, you'll find you come from Krishna. This body is a five material element coming from this world created. You are a soul sitting in this apartment of body and enjoying whatever situation you are in, right? Now, first clarify the doer. So, how you are not a doer? Because this body is given by your parents. And this body is made up of earthly and five gross element, but earthly is a primary. Earth you can see. It's all, if you burn this body, it's the ash, just the bones and flesh and everything, right? Now, you can say, no, it's my body, but then how I'm not the doer? Why? Because even if you have a best of the machine, it may not work, because when the body get diseased, it's useless, right? So even we should be thankful that we are surviving and happy and healthy today. Is a blessings. You think, because there's so many people dying right now at this moment. Okay, so many people are suffering. They can't sit down and read Bhagavad Gita. So it's some arrangement given to us based on our activities. Okay. Now, if you have that consciousness, you take out yourself out of the situation. Now, second is the wheat flour you are using for making pav is grown by, is sold by some shop. You gave money. That was produced by some farmer in the field. Somebody else did that. The oil, the vegetables, the pots, the gas, the recipe, you did not invent. Somebody supplied to you. Somebody supplied recipe, cooking, oil, trained you, do all that. Now all the ingredient come from them, right? And the energy in your body coming from your soul is also Krishna. He's sitting as a super soul directing you what to do, what not to do. So who is the doer? You're not the doer. The ingredient coming from somewhere else, you just arranged it by paying money. Oh, you did, where you get money from? You earned. How did you earn? You did some job or somebody gave you. Why did they give you? It's not just because you did job you got the money. Even the beggars also get money. Even somebody. So it is not that we entitled for everything we do. Many things we get in life, we are not entitled for it. We don't completely entitled for it. We get it. We just get it, right? Like we are breathing. We cannot say I'm entitled to breathe for so many years. You remember during COVID time, and even nowadays, who knows next moment a heart attack comes and people over. Can one lady say, Yamaraj please wait. I have entitlement for next 5 years. Can you wait for 5 minutes? And Yamaraj will say, not Prabhuji, not even a 5 moments. You're done. Kicking you off from this apartment of body. You're out. This body is useless. Okay. And I say, no, I'm gonna get repaired. It can you leave me for 5 minutes? I'm going to get to best repair machine, doctor, hospital. I'll go to the best one. I'm the president of India or America. I'm the president. I have the best hospital. Can you give me 1 moment? And Yamaraj will say, time over. You have to leave the body. Whether you are president or you are a dog on the street, you are done. Done. Prabhuji, Mataji, done. Let's go. So, but we still consider ourselves like entitled for everything we do. This is the problem. And then if you know all this, then definitely you can apply this sloka in your life. Then you will not be inactive. Then you will think, oh, I should do more because so many people have done so much for me, and then Krishna is doing so much for me. I should act. And that's what Arjuna is going to do. You'll see, right? That he will realize that it is not his life, his purpose. It's Krishna's purpose, and therefore he should act immediately. Okay. So I took a lot, almost 60-70% time for that sloka today to just to clarify this question on this. Yes, this is very common sloka. Everybody quotes it. We often get confused. And I hope it may have clarified your consciousness or ideas or thoughts around. Is this one concept which we discussed is clear to everyone, or anybody has any question, thoughts, comments? Please share. It's nice to sometimes just clarify some hard, heated things in our mind. The previous one, huh? Not this one. Is clear to everyone?
Yes.
Yes, Prabhuji.
So next week, when we have a class, I will ask all of you to describe me that same thing I described you. Okay, if it is clear. Because it's not just yes person I need here. Yes, right? Okay, so try to contemplate or discuss with your family, friends, and just have a discussion that I learned this, and let's have a discussion. You will come up with more ideas. People always have new ideas. I can tell you. Please do it. Okay, thank you. Okay, so we have another 10 minutes. Okay, I don't have a lot of time today. So we can finish this sloka and then we'll end here. Okay. Who wants to read this sloka? This is related with the other one, so please do it.
Can I, Prabhuji?
Yes, Mataji, please.
Yoga sate guru karmane sangam tyakatav dhananajaya siddhe asiddho same bhutav samtav yoga uchite. Translation. Perform your duty equipoised, O Arjuna, abandoning all attachment to success or failure. Such equanimity is called yoga. Prabhuji, I am not able to see the screen.
Can you see now?
Yes.
Can you see now?
No, just a minute. Yes, Prabhuji.
Yeah.
Purport. Krishna tells Arjun that he should act in yoga. And what is that yoga? Yoga means to concentrate the mind upon the Supreme by controlling the ever disturbing senses. And who is the Supreme? The Supreme is the Lord, And because he himself is telling Arjuna to fight, Arjuna has nothing to do with the results of the fight. Gain or victory are Krishna concern. Arjuna is simply required to act according to the dictation of Krishna. The following of Krishna dictation is real yoga, and this is practiced in the process called Krishna consciousness. By Krishna consciousness, only can one give up the sense of proprietorship. One has to become the servant of Krishna or the servant of Krishna. There is no shortcut way to discharge duty in Krishna consciousness, which alone can help one to act in yoga. Arjun is a Kshatriya and as such he is participating in the Varnashram Dharma institution. It is said in the Vishnu Puran that in the Varnashram Dharma the whole aim is to satisfy Vishnu. No one should satisfy himself as is the rule in the material world, but one should satisfy Krishna. So, unless one satisfies Krishna, one cannot correctly observe the principles of Varnashram Dharam. Indirectly, Arjun was advised to act as Krishna told him. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna. So briefly, the previous sloka you learned that you do your duty, prescribed duty, without entitlement for result. At the same time, don't consider yourself as a doer, but don't become lazy in not doing your duty. Okay. Now here, Krishna is saying, Yogastha kurukarmani sangastaktva dhananjaya siddhayo samo bhutva samatvam yoga uchyate. Perform your prescribe your duties, duty equiposed. O Arjuna, abandon all attachment of success and failure, and such equanimity is called yoga. I thought yoga is gymnastic, yoga is like you stretch, you kind of sew the body. Krishna is describing some new yoga here, right? Nowadays, the yoga has been polluted. This yoga word is like used to bodybuilding, more of if you say I do yoga daily, then you'll say, "Oh, okay, this means you go to some gym, you have a nice dress, some stretchable dress, and sewing your body, whether male or female, both do the same." But here, yoga means what is that yoga? Yoga means to concentrate the mind on the supreme by controlling the ever disturbing senses. But why should I concentrate my mind on supreme? I can concentrate my mind on money, fame, and family. That's what we do daily. Concentrating my mind, how much money more I can earn, how much more I can sleep, how can become more lazy. I don't want to work more. I want to less, right? But here's the thing: concentrate mind on the supreme. But then why? That's the next. But before that, who is supreme? Because I think everyone is supreme. I am supreme. No, my country is supreme, my society is supreme, my family is supreme, my everyone is supreme. And then you go to God, there are so many God, everyone is supreme God. What to do? Then that's where our mind is disturbed. Because in spiritual life also people are disturbed. Why? Because they don't have clarity who is supreme. That's a demigod versus Krishna's debate, right? But we all know. So suppose Hetal Mataji is doing a job in a company, in an organization. She knows who is the owner of the company. Definitely she knows that. Okay, who is the owner? And she knows that what are the rules and regulation of that company. She knows her position that my position is an employee. This is my department. This is my zone. This is my area to work. This is my focus area. This is my job description or prescribed duty, right? You can say same thing. Prescribed duty is job description of your profile, right? Now, whatever Hetal Mataji will do in that job, whether it goes sometime bad or good, she will get her salary because it's not that when only she, because things go bad also, things go good also, sometime good, sometime bad, but you will get your salary, right? And if you do something and it goes bad, then company is not going to kill you, because you are representing you. If you follow all the rules and regulation of the company, you do exactly what you have been trained to do, told to do, but things still don't work, then you are not terrified, because the company will has to change the process. You have to change the new software. There's some improvement needed. That's their task. But you are unattached to the whole situation. Though you are acting, you are doing that. Like the police. Like another example, police. Police has been asked, given a rules, laws created by government, police department, they are doing their job. If somebody is killed or saved, doesn't matter for them, because they are doing their duty. They got a call, they got going. Now if somebody died, what they can do? Nobody can hold them liable, because they are following the rules and regulation, right? Likewise here, Arjuna is asked to do things based on Krishna, and then Arjuna becomes free, right? Because then he is following rules and regulation of Shastras. And then what? Who set the Shastra in? Krishna set in. Who created this society world? Krishna created. Krishna says, Sarvasya Chaham Hridhi Sannivishto. I am sitting in everyone's heart. Who is doing this battle of Kurukshetra? Krishna is arranging. Who created this world? He says, Sarvaloka Maheshwaram. I'm the owner of the whole world, whole universes. Sarvaloka Maheshwaram, I'm the Maha Ishwara. So why should Arjuna even hesitate now? Right? So likewise, just like in a job, in profession, when we follow rule regulation and do things, and then we are not too much attached to things. And unfortunately, people are attached to in office work also. That's why they are envious of others. They are fighting with each other. Why? Because there is competition. For what? Growth. Competition for growth, career growth. Why? Because lust. This is like excessive desire. Like they are trying to get things in less time. Okay. Can you hear me?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yes, yes.
Okay. So that's what people are trying to do, right? So therefore, it is leading to greediness. But actually, if you are a sober person at job, you will see some people in your office are very happy, peaceful, because they are just doing what company has been asked to do. But some people go crazy because they are trying to use their brain to do nonsense and spoil others' life and make their others' life miserable. Okay. But if you're a nice employee, you just do your job, get a result, you're done. Tomorrow you work in another company. Well, how does it matter? Because you are good at your job, you do your job, that's it. Right? So therefore, Krishna set this Varnashram Dharma, this world, and the whole purpose of this world to satisfy Vishnu. So why not satisfy Vishnu so that we become satisfied? And that's a formula we need to learn from this Bhagavad Gita, right? So therefore, if you don't satisfy Vishnu, you cannot satisfy anyone or yourself. And Vishnu means Krishna. And therefore, Krishna is asking Arjuna, perform your duty equipoised without attachment to success or failure. Don't worry, you win or lose. You just do your job. Okay? All right. Hare Krishna. So, any questions, comments, realizations, please share in 5 minutes. Then we'll end here. And it's time, 8:30 dinner time, India. Yes. Sarmatji?
Hare Krishna. Bolo. Next.
No, I stopped sharing now. We are stopping it, Mataji. It's time already. It's 8:30, right? We start 7, around 7:20. Okay, who is iPhone? I couldn't know. Hare Krishna. Is it you, Ketal Mataji, or?
No, it's me, Ramchandra.
Oh, Ramachandra, after many sessions now you're here. Welcome. Where were
I
you?
like I was busy with like some project work, few deadlines were there.
Oh, yeah. Okay, no problem. But please, yeah, join and
Yeah,
participate. I couldn't know that you earlier you used to participate, but today you are silent.
no, it was like today more on deep discussion. I was like totally in a state of like listening.
Okay, yeah. So, what did you learn today?
Yeah, today like I understood the actual meaning. Like do what, like don't expect results. Like people used to say different thing, but there is a different meaning related to it.
Yeah, try. I encourage everyone try to make notes. Like when you learn such concepts, try to write in in your own words, because when you write things, it will plus out thoughts in your from your brain, and it will make you it will make it like permanent. Moment you write things, becomes like okay, this is what clarity I have. Yes, Kostu Prabhu, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Yes, you want to say something, please, Prabhu.
So we cannot reject the thought of what we say. Hare Krishna.
Yes, I can hear you.
We cannot reject completely the attachment, but we have to offer everything to Lord Krishna. So automatically the detachment occurs. We
Yes,
should offer all the results to Lord Krishna, so that the detachment will occur. We should not artificially try to detach from our work.
yes. That's gonna be chapter coming in, that how to learn this art of bhakti yoga. You're rightly,
Automatically detachment from our
yeah, you're rightly saying.
works
Just
will
like
develop.
I said, desire to become desireless is also a desire.
Desire for moksha or desire for freedom or liberty, all are the
Even
desire for
desire for no desire is also a desire.
no
I don't
desire is
desire
also.
anything is also a desire. So we cannot become like in Buddhism. They talk, oh, you become desireless. But how you can be
Even
desireless?
desire for Golok Vrindavana is also a desire.
Desire. So we
Yes,
cannot become a desireless. We have to just transfer our desire, transform
we
our
should have
desire. Yeah.
we should have desire for service or bhakti.
That's our Sanatan Dharma. Last week we were discussing. Sanatan Dharma means service. That's the foundation, right? But service to whom? We don't know. We are confused. We are serving so many people right now.
Service to Supreme Personality of
Yeah.
Godhead.
Exactly. But then the question comes, where it is prescribed? Because our society teaches serve your family. Our country teaches serve your country. Your office asks serve your company. Your, your body teaches you serve your senses. Now so many people teaching serve so many things. And then in between, some Krishna Bhakta comes and serve Krishna. And I'm like, what the hell you're talking now? After 50 years of my life, you're coming and saying serve Krishna and just give everything to Krishna. Nobody told me this secret so far. I think you're mad. You're gone mad now. Right?
If we will give water to the roots, then that water
Yes.
will reach to all the leaves, all the stems,
Yes.
everything.
Yes. Yes, Prabhu. Thank you. Yeah, that's very nice. So all these Kaustu Prabhu is sharing gonna come up. Krishna is going to dissect this whole situation in this chapter only. In subsequent verses, you will see he's going to completely flush out anything which can control you not doing it. But still, we are so dull headed, we forget. This is our tendency. You know why we forget? Anybody want to answer? Last week we discussed why we forget things.
Attachment towards other things.
That is one thing. Scientifically, I'm going to say that. I think we discussed change of the bodies. Remember changing body discussion? Like the Atma is moving from one body to another body. Like, why we forget what happened in my past life? Why did I forget? Why did I complete? I don't remember what happened in my past life. Forget about that. I don't remember what happened yesterday. And if you ask me what you were doing 3:30 p.m. yesterday, have to think about it. What did I eat? What quantity I eat? Cannot remember. I forgot. Likewise, we forgot our past life, which may happened for me. Maybe now, right now, I'm 35 year ago, 40 year ago. For someone, 20 year, right? Why we forget? Because we change our bodies. Scientifically, our body is changing every moment right now. You change your body when you started this class and you are ending the class, your body has changed. Do you know that? Chemically, it has changed. It can be proven. It has changed because it became old 1 hour more, 1 and 30, 1 hour, 30 minute old. Old means what? It changing. It became 1 hour, 30 minute older than earlier. So there is a change. Very, very basic thing. And because the body is changing, anything is stored in this body, the consciousness, anything is kind of memory is getting lost. We're losing. And if we don't forget things, we cannot sleep. The people who go insomnia, they try to remember everything. Their brain is so they cannot switch off the CPU. It's keep running the whole night. They cannot sleep. They have to take a forced sleeping pill to sleep. So it's good to forget. And who makes us forget? Super soul. Now you're understanding Bhagavad Gita, become a technical like engineer. When you ask engineer how the car moves, he will describe very different way. Not God, it is soul. No, super soul. Super soul, you remember? Krishna says, Sarvasya chaham hridhi sannivishto mat smriti jnanam apohanam cha. He said, I'm sitting in everyone's heart. I give remembrance. I give memory. I give forgetfulness also. Wonderful, right? So, even to things to forget is a good for us. We should forget. Otherwise, suppose somebody yelled at you 10 years ago, and if you remember daily, your life going to be miserable. Like daily remembering. And some people have that disease, they keep their echo, the words, the experiences, the mind, they become mad. Right? So we forget, but we should try to remember something good like Bhagavad Gita messages. Why? Because it will help you to evolve from what you are. Evolve your consciousness. Your body is going to change, but your consciousness will also change in positive direction. Our consciousness is also changing, right? So, okay. So, with that, if everyone here has a permission, we'll end here. All right. Is it okay to now close it here?